So, girls, are you ready for the questions?
Yes, I'm scared.
Are you ready for the questions, Zida?
Yes.
Are you ready for the question, Kosi?
Yes.
Are you ready for the question, Amanda?
Yes.
Okay, let's go into the question. Please, no chorus answer. If you know the answer, you raise up your hand. I will ask an answer. Don't just answer like that, okay? Okay, the first one is, I was from Bethany. Jesus raised my brother from the dead. Jesus told me that my sister has chosen what is better. Who am I? Martha. Is that you not raise up your hand, but that's fine. My wife's name was Sarah, but the Lord changed it to Sarah. The Lord told me that I would be the father of many nations. One of my sons was named Isaac. Who am I? Go see.
Abraham.
Abraham. So that you have answered before. I was born to my father in his old age. My brothers were jealous of me. I interpreted the dreams of Pharaoh.
Joseph.
Who am I?
Joseph.
You don't raise up your hand though. Joseph. Next time, raise up your hand. I was a righteous man in the eyes of God. My sons were Shem, Ham, and Japheth. I built an ark of cypress wood. Who am I? Kosi.
Noah.
Noah. I hope people are not looking at the. Anyway.
Because
No,
he is.
Mom, because the answer there is in the other one.
Okay.
She's still seeing the answer for the next one.
No, because Mommy's thumb is blocking it.
Okay. Nobody should look at the question.
Okay.
I was a businesswoman in the Roman colony of Philippi. Paul's message about Jesus Christ opened my heart. I opened my home to Paul, Silas, and Timothy. Who am I? Who?
Dalisa.
No.
You read that again.
Why will I tell you what it starts
Please,
with?
what does it start with?
I'd rather read the question again. I was a businesswoman in the Roman colony of Philippi. Paul's message about Jesus Christ opened my heart. I opened my home to Paul, Silas, and Timothy. Who am I? It starts with L.
Leah.
Dia.
Lydia. All of you felt it. The Lord asked me to go preach against wickedness. When I ran away, the Lord sent me a great wind on the sea. The Lord provided a great fish to swallow me. Who am I? Amanda, you should know this. Jonah, you raise up your hand. Jonah is the person that great big fish swallowed him because he refused to go where God sent him to go to. He disobeyed God. I was also known as Hadassah. King Xerxes made me a queen. My actions helped the Jews from a plot to destroy them. Who am I?
Can you read the question again?
I was also known as Hadassah. King Xerxes made me a queen, and my actions helped save the Jews from a plot to destroy them. Who am I? Zida. I was King Xerxes' wife.
Queen.
Oh my God.
What letter you got? A T?
No, E.
E. Queen. Eta.
Esther.
I said it before.
I didn't hear you say it. You not say it well. And if you are sure, you not be mentioned on that thing. You are not sure. It's Amanda that got it. Queen Esther.
No, I said it.
I was Adam and Eve's son. I was the son who walked the soil. I said, am I my brother's keeper? Who am I? Yes, okay, that's right. I was made from a rib. A serpent deceived me. I am the mother of all living. Who am I? Go say.
Eve.
Eve. I was first called Simon, and I was a fisherman. I denied Jesus 3 times. Jesus called me the rock upon which he will build his church. Who am I, Amanda? Peter. I was the youngest son of Jesse. I was a shepherd. and I killed a lion and a bear to protect my flocks. I became king of Israel and wrote many of the Psalms. Who am I? David. I accompanied Moses up Mount Sinai. Moses sent me along with others to explore the land of Canaan. I succeeded Moses as the leader of Israel. Who am I? Joshua. I was a tax collector. Jesus said, "Follow me," and later honored me by having dinner at my house. I was one of his disciples. Who am I? Matthew. An angel told my earthly father my name. I was 12. I stayed behind in Jerusalem at my father's house. Through me, the word became flesh. Who am I? Is it that? Jesus. I ate fruit from the tree in the middle of the garden. My wife was Eve. I was the first person God created. Who is the first man that God created? Amanda. Adam. Jesus cast 7 demons out of me, not me. The person. I helped prepare spices and perfumes for Jesus' body. I and 2 other women found Jesus' empty tomb. Who am I? Kosi. Mary Magdalene. I first appeared to Daniel. I visited Zachariah to announce his wife's pregnancy. I told Mary, "Do not be afraid, Mary. You have found favor with God." Amanda, who am I?
Joseph.
No.
Jesus.
No. Kosi.
Gabriel.
Sorry, Angel Gabriel. The angel Gabriel visited me and told me, "Do not be afraid," while I was pregnant. We traveled to Bethlehem to register for the census. I stood near the cross and watched my son die. Mary, the mother of Jesus. I disobeyed God by worshiping other gods. God and my father planned for me to build a temple. I wrote many of the proverbs. Who am I?
Peter.
No. I disobeyed God by worshiping other gods. God and my father planned for me to build a great temple. I wrote many of the proverbs. King Solomon, you answer now. You answer well. I asked Jesus if he was king of the Jews. My wife sent me a message to release the innocent man. I released the criminal Barabbas and condemned Jesus. Who am I? I was one of the 12 disciples. Responding to my question, Jesus said, "I am the way, the truth, and the life." I doubted Jesus' resurrection. See that? I am called Ancients of Days. I'll be answering out loud. I'm called Ancients of Days in Daniel's vision. I am who I am. I am the Lord. Who am I?
Jesus.
God.
God.
Yeah.
Why God and God?
Yes, it's God. I was a prophetess. Israel came to me to have their dispute decided. In my song, I am called a mother in Israel. Who am I? I was a prophetess.
Oh.
Israelites came to me to have their dispute decided. Who am I? Deborah. I was the mother of twins. My father-in-law was Abraham. I helped one of my sons trick his father. Who am I? Rebecca. So that answer out loud. I was the first disciple of Jesus. I told him about the boy with 5 loaves and 2 fishes. Along with Peter, James, and John, I asked Jesus about the end of age. Because who am I? Andrew. I was a twin. I deceived my father. I was a twin. I deceived my father. My father-in-law deceived me. My name was changed to Israel after I wrestled with God. Who am I? Jacob. I was a relative of Mary. My son was named John. My child jumped for joy in my womb. Who am I? Elizabeth. One of the books in the Old Testament tells my story. I traveled to Bethlehem with my mother-in-law. I became the great-grandmother of King David. Who am I? One of the books in the Old Testament tells my story. I traveled to Bethlehem with my mother-in-law. I became the great-grandmother of King David. Who am I?
Sarah.
No, it's not Sarah.
What letter you got again?
Who am I? Why should I be telling you the letter? How? Are you asking me or are you asking me or is that you know? Who is the person?
Policeman.
Ruth.
I said it.
You said it well. I didn't hear you say it. I lived in the land of Uz. With God's permission, Satan tested me. I lost everything, but God restored it all to me. Job. You should be courageous and answer. Then if it's not the right answer, I'll tell you it's not the right answer. I persecuted the early Christians. I was blind for 3 days after Jesus spoke to me. After Ananias healed my eyes and baptized me, I became an apostle. Who am I?
Joseph.
No. So, ravens fed me during a drought. God burned my offering on my camel, proving he was Lord. I went to heaven in a wild wind. Who am I? Elijah. The last but not the least, I was a wealthy tax collector. I climbed a tree so I could see Jesus. I gave half my possessions to the poor. Who am I? Eh? Yes, let me see. I was a wealthy tax collector. I climbed a tree so I could see Jesus. I gave half my possessions to the poor. Who am I? Leave Kyra and answer the question. No, it's not Matthew. Who was the man that climbed the tree to see Jesus?
Peter.
Zachariah, you're not pronouncing it well.
Oh,
Who is Delilah?
An angel of the Lord told my mother he would have a son. No razor was to be used on his head. I told a riddle about honey. Who am I? An angel of the Lord told my mother he would have a son. No razor was to be used. Samson. So guys, we have come to the end of this video. It's an interesting one. It's all fun. It helps you to sharpen your understanding. Remember, you can get there are lots of them in Amazon. I'm not advertising, but it's a nice game for family. There are many games inside of it still on where is it, what is it. Today we just did Who Am I. Until next time.